Good afternoon from Leeds Valentines Fair. Moved for 2020, was at Ellen Road, is now at some kind of moor. I don't know what's here.
Woodhouse Moor.
Woodhouse Moor. I don't know. I don't quite know exactly what's here. We know there's going to be a freak out. We know that Vertigo's here, our first and last, well, last and first booster. Last of 2019 and first of 2020. Saw it loads at the end of 2019. So let's take you inside and yeah, it's ride time. Okay, so quite a few familiar rides here, but we will have a quick look around. So we've got the Sizzler, the Ghost Train was here last year. I think, did you go on that Ghost Train last year? No. I might have gone on that at Goose Fair, you know, might have done. Vertigo, as we said, last and first booster of the year. Kurt might take you on Vertigo.
Maybe.
Crazy Hopper, we have the Devil Rock, which is the freak out. Got lovely Waltzer. All looking really fresh for this year. We've got a Tagada down the back as well. And of course, Disco Fever. Another over-the-shoulder one. We've got a beautiful wheel. Beautiful wheel. We've got Terminator over the back, which is the Matterhorn ride. I see Seastorm tucked away in the corner over there. Really is tucked away, little Seastorm. Let's go and have a quick look at that. Keep very close. There's Seastorm there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful machine. We'll definitely be going back on that this time. Here we have a Extreme, which is air raid. Been looking for air raids. Beautiful, beautiful machine again. And of course you can see it behind. We've got the top scan as well. Now I don't know which top scan's which. I always seem to get it wrong. I always get the top scans wrong. But here's a top scan. And we will be going on it at some point. I have to say, I don't recognise this one. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't recognise this one. Someone's going to tell me I've obviously been on it loads of times and it was probably the one here last year. I don't really know. But we'll be going on it. We will be going on it. Have a Super Bowl over here. And then of course over to New York, New York. New York, New York being a stable of the Leeds Valentines Fair. It's usually where we see it. So it looks like it's £2 a ride. We've got some vouchers, so it's going to be $1.50 a ride. There's New York, York. It's a beautiful machine, this one. Looks like it's fully built up for the fair as well. First fair of the year. Just got to decide what rides we want to go on. What ones we're going to go on. Oh, and Stargate. Oh, I forgot about this. Forgot about Stargate, which is sitting over here as well. Little coaster there.
Rather squeeze everything in, isn't it?
Well, it's actually the Mega Spin. It's not Stargate. So it's... It's quite, yeah. So it's really funny, when we saw Stargate, the other one of these, down in Salisbury, it was shut with problems. And we're here in Leeds with Megaspin, and it's shut with problems. So I'm not sure whether we'll be able to take you on that one, but we will see. We will see if it opens the duration we're here. We're going to be here probably a couple of hours. We're going to take you on the top spin. We're going to go on the Extreme. We're likely to go on the Freak Out. We might go on the Super Bowl. God, honestly, we've got so many rides here that we want to do. Question is, where do we start? Where do we start? Look at this, look. Little Thunder Railroad. I don't think I've ever seen this before. Wow. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen that before. That's an awesome looking coaster. Nice big fun house, and of course big wheel down there as well. Right. Where are we starting? Where are we starting? Where are we starting? Where are we starting?
Extreme!
Right, let's head over to the Extreme. We are starting with Air Raid. Now, I don't think I've been on Air Raid. We went on Fighter at the Goose Fair at the end of last year, and it was quick. And I've heard this one's just as quick, if not more quick. It's got a lower height restriction of 1.2 metres. It's quite comfortable, quite liking it, quite liking the restraint. It's got a lot to live up to. Let's see what it can do. I'd hold on now.
Yeah, you're the old fast man. You know. That's the next ride. Thank you for running. Down to the extreme.
Two rides complete there, the Air Raid First Extreme and the Top Scan.
That was incredible.
The top scan?
Yeah.
So I was going to go on it with him, but they're not taking the voucher. For whatever reason, they're not taking the voucher on the Top Scan, but we did Air Raid First. That was really quick. That was quick. It started off quite slowly, and then the burst of pace it had was incredible. Really, really incredible. Yeah, loved it. Loved it. You loved it. Loved it. But you went on the Top Scan, which I might have to go on now.
It was really good. Apart from like the Beast, that is the best one we've done. Oh, I've done. Better than the other ones, like Winter Wonderland and that.
It's probably the same one.
Well, even if it is, then that's a better ride cycle.
I don't know which one it is. Someone please leave a comment below. We're never going to get to grips with these fairs, who owns what, etc, etc. We just come here to have a good time. Please leave in your comments below. Is this one we've been on before? Because you're saying it's amazing.
Yeah, it was really good. Even even if it is the same one.
Kurt's saying it's
They've done
absolutely
something else to it.
incredible.
That was powerful.
Nice and fresh for the beginning of the year, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So here's New York, New York. Here comes the rain. Oh no. So let's get rid of the water quick. There's going to only be more, but... Oh, it's windy up here. Oh my god. Oh, that's so painful, the rain. Oh, it's got a bit of wobble. Oh no! I don't know, it's not even raining there, so it don't look like it anyway. Oh my god! Ow, that's so painful! You got the shield next to you! I think it's too windy to flip upside down, it can't. Sure? I'm never going to want these fish. Hey, we did it! Yes! Oh, honestly, I can't wait to get off. Have just done Vertigo. Now then, it rained. It rained quite heavily just as we just as they got on Vertigo. I didn't go on it, they went on it. So if there's any water on the lens, that's why. There's water on the lens now, I'm just gonna wipe it off and then we'll get their reaction. What do you think?
Very painful. Nice. The wind and the rain all come gusting, they're like dashing down, whatever you want to say. And then it stopped pretty much as we got off. It was so painful, the wind in your face. We only got upside down once because it was so windy, we couldn't go over it, it was blowing the car back. So.
Two fatties on the rise, they couldn't get it upside down, basically, is what we're saying here. That's what we're saying here. So, we've got to pick another couple of rides to go on. It is raining, I'm sorry for the water on the lens. We want to wait for it to stop raining, really, before trying to take you on another big ride. And yeah, he wouldn't take a voucher either, but apparently took one for the next people. Sometimes I wonder, just reduce the price and give the same price to everyone. It'd be much easier. Let's terminate the Matterhorn. I don't mind a good Matterhorn. That's an alright Matterhorn. And we've got the Twister there, which is just paragliders, and of course Sea Storm, and then Freak Out around the other side. The Freak Out's £3. We're going to see a lot of Freak Outs this year, so I'm not overly sure that we're going to hit the Freak Out, but we might do. We don't really know yet. We're going to wait for the rain to completely die before making our decision on what we go on next. But I hope you're enjoying it. Leeds Valentines Fair. Looking good, isn't it? Looking good. Drying the seats for us there. There's a lot. There's a lot of good rides crammed in here, and we've still got some more left to ride.
Okay, runners, get ready, let's go! some more. Come on, hands in the air, come on.
That was the Tagada. Now I have to say, you know, I went on that because I went on it with Zach, obviously. One of the last rides we did together was the Tagada at Valentines Fair last year. So I thought in commemoration to him that I would ride the Tagada. The one I did last year was the first time I'd done one 15, 20 years. And I have to say it wasn't that bad, and you quite enjoyed it, didn't you?
Yeah.
You didn't go on it. Kurt wasn't with us. So I thought I'd go on that one. Oh my God, that thing was violent. Proper violent. There were people falling, there were people landing on my lap, I shoved someone off my lap. That's how I remember the Tagada being. I actually quite enjoyed it. A little bit painful, but I quite enjoyed it. The odd thing was, Kurt was trying to get some footage of me on the ride.
Yeah, filming from the outside, he told me to put my phone away. And I didn't, so he said it again, and when I put it in my pocket, he put his phone up. So I was just like,
So even though I was filming on the ride, the absolute carnage that was going on there, Kurt was asked to put the phone away, so there's no footage of me on the ride. So we'll try and get some footage of it when we go past soon, but yeah, couldn't get any footage, really sorry, couldn't get any footage of me on it, but you got a POV of people falling arse over tit, and that's exactly what they did. That thing was violent. That is how I remember Tagadas being. Yeah, these two didn't want to go on it, I don't blame them, it was horrendous. Absolutely horrendous, I don't blame them. But we're going to take you on, we've got a couple more rides we want to go, and we've got some off-ride footage to get you as well. But that was the Tagada, just stuck over there in the corner. Thomas Devil Rock, the freak out. We've seen that many times before. We're not going to go on it today. We're going to see quite a lot of freak outs this year. We've then taken you over to the Waltzer. Now, funnily enough, that Robinson's Waltzer says a sign that single riders double fare, which implies that if you go on it by yourself, you pay twice. I'm not really sure about that. And then Disco Fever, the over-the-shoulder restraint Miami. I'm really looking for a non-over-the-shoulder restraint one to go on. So yeah, we've got a couple of rides left to take you on. We've taken you on a few rides, some entertaining ones. The boys are going to decide now, they're going to pick the next couple of rides. We're going to get some off-ride footage for you. Obviously, it's a loud fair and it's coming alive at night. Night is hit, Kurt. Night is hit. I fell over, Cody fell over at the same time. And you fell over.
I still don't want an ankle. I don't know how it happened.
He stood on his own ankle and fell over.
Good job.
Good job. Good job. But it's rides like this that come alive at night. Look at this, look. Stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning ride. Absolutely love it. Look at Air Raid. Look at Air Raid. Look at these. Look at that. Loving that. Yeah. Super Bowl also looking great. Look at that, look. Look at that Super Bowl. That's a beautiful machine, that one. Beautiful machine. Little screens at the front. I think they're the same as the ones we saw last year at the Leeds Fair. And then back to New York, New York. Which doesn't seem to have all the lights running today, actually. Doesn't seem all singing, all dancing today. Still looking great though, still looks great. season, this year, if you will, in the Leeds Valentines Fair. Now, there are some good rides here, some cracking rides here. No takeoff this year, which is a bit of a shame. Was kind of hoping to see the takeoff. Instead, we got the Mega Spin. Sadly, the Mega Spin hasn't opened. It looks like it must have a relatively difficult problem, which they can't fix today, so that hasn't opened. We've taken you on 5 rides. Now, you know, it's a bit hit and miss, to be honest with you, because on one hand we've had some great rides, some really, really good ride cycles, in fairness, some really, really good ride cycles, and on the other hand we've had to deal with what's the point in the vouchers. We're going to wait till it gets a bit quieter outside, possibly, I don't know whether you'll see us, but yeah, a little bit of hit and miss with the vouchers. And the reason we're leaving now is that when it gets to 6 o'clock, the rides go up to £2.50. Now, it might get a bit dark shortly, but we're outside now, and that was the Leeds Valentines Fair. Now, as I said, it was good. If you couldn't hear me inside, it was good. Some cracking rides there, and you know, £2 a ride isn't too bad. £3 for the freak out. I find that a little odd, to be honest with you, when some of the other bigger rides, you know, even the top scan's only £2, why the £3 would be for the freak out, but that's what it was at the end of the day. Now, we printed off the vouchers. You can easily access the voucher sheet online if you want to. It does say that it's 50p off any ride. You know, some of them are just large rides, so we hope that would include Vertigo, the booster, and between 1 and 6. So that's why we got here between 1 and 6, so we could do that. Now, the air raid, the people on there were lovely. The guy on there was lovely. Beautiful ride. Really, really enjoyed it. They took the voucher, £1.50, bargain, £4.50. The top scan, he said he wasn't accepting the vouchers today. You know, I don't know, I guess it is his choice. It's disappointing. It's disappointing they're not, because ultimately, you know, yeah, ultimately it says top scan on the voucher and that they will accept them except on February 14th, which they didn't, so that's a bit of a shame. But at £2, Kurt said the ride was stunning, and you know, to be honest, yeah, I hear what you're saying, and £2 for a top scan, you'd take that anywhere, and I fully agree you'd take that anywhere. Disappointing you can't get the money off, but cracking and amazing value still at £2, so I'm not gonna judge that at all. Vertigo, they didn't take our voucher, but they took the next person's voucher. That's where the frustration comes in on there. The guy told me on Tagada that he doesn't take the voucher until after 6 o'clock when the price goes up. So he didn't take the voucher. Now again, I know what you're saying, you know, I've been criticised before by saying that, you know, fares are expensive and £4 and what have you, and people say I should just pay £4 for some of the rides, and I get that, but you know, everyone's on a budget. I know these guys have got to make money, but I'm not the one advertising it. I'm not the one that's saying we'll take the vouchers between this time. This is what they're saying. However, that said, we haven't been on a bad ride today, and all of them have had amazing ride cycles. The Air Raid, amazing ride cycle. Top Scan, amazing ride cycle. Vertigo was an amazing ride cycle. The Matterhorn was a great ride cycle, amazing ride cycle, and the Tagada went on too long. It went on too long. So I have absolutely no complaints whatsoever.
Didn't you say like someone screaming, we'll go quicker like 3 times?
I had no complaints, genuinely, even cost-wise at £2 a ride, no complaints. And I tell you, even £2.50 for the evening, when you look at it like this, is absolutely stunning. I just don't understand why you would advertise it, print out leaflets, send it all round everywhere, and then do something different. But I don't care, to be honest with you. I'm going to air a few frustrations, but we've had an amazing time. I wouldn't swap it for the world. And price-wise, yeah, I know I was going to get the comments from the major fair enthusiasts, and I do understand. They got to make money. You know, I'd rather they just say £2 a ride, £2.50 in the evening, job done. You know, I don't think they need to do vouchers. I just don't think they need to do vouchers at all. I just don't think there's any need. Genuinely don't think there's any need for them to do vouchers at £2 a ride, but they did. We managed to get advantage of it on one, the rest of them we didn't, but it doesn't matter because we've had an amazing time here at Leeds Valentines Fair. I'm sorry if it's really dark now and you can only just hear me, but from Leeds, from the Valentines Fair, the first big fair of the year. Don't know when the next big fair is. Who knows? Who knows? Next big fair will be soon, people. Stay tuned, we will be back. This is Adam, this is UK Theme Parks, and we'll see you next time.